This weekend at the box office, Paul Thomas Anderson scored the first #1 debut of his career. Warner Brothers extended its global hot streak, and a kids franchise underperformed. Let's dive into the numbers, the surprises, and what it all means for Hollywood moving forward. Taking the top spot is Warner Brothers. One Battle After Another, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson and starring Leonardo DiCaprio. It opened with $22.4 million domestically on 3,634 screens, giving it a solid $6,164 per screen average. That's more than the lifetime gross of most PTA films, and nearly identical to DiCaprio's Killers of the Flower Moon debut in 2023. Premium formats were a huge factor. IMAX and other large screens accounted for 51% of business, with IMAX alone pulling $4.6 million in North America. Globally, it took in $48.5 million, with the UK and France leading overseas markets at $3.4 million each. Critically, it's rocking a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes, an A cinema score, and strong audience scores. With no major tentpole competition until Tron Ares on October 10th, this one could have long legs. Second place went to Universal and DreamWorks Animation with Gabby's Dollhouse, the movie. It debuted with $13.7 million, which is solid but well below the $35 million that DreamWorks' The Wild Robot made during this same frame last year. Audience breakdown: 73% female, 40% under age 12, with parents making up most of the rest. It scored an A+ cinema score and 95% audience rating, which could give it staying power with families. But the problem? The film skewed too young. While hits like Shrek or Kung Fu Panda worked across all ages, Gabby's Dollhouse leaned heavily into its toddler audience. That limited box office upside despite the popularity of the Netflix series. Coming in third, Demon Slayer: Infinity Castle added $7.1 million, bringing its domestic total to $118 million. Fourth place was The Conjuring: Last Rites with $6.8 million, now at $161 million domestic, continuing Warner Brothers. Horror dominance. Meanwhile, Lionsgate's The Strangers. Chapter 2. Disappointed with a $5.9 million debut, the lowest in the franchise, hurt by poor reviews and a weak C cinema score. Older titles like The Long Walk, Downton Abbey, the grand finale, and They Call Him OG rounded out the top 10 with low single-digit millions. Big picture, the weekend grossed about $76.1 million in North America. That's up 2% from last weekend, but down a steep 18% compared to 2024, when The Wild Robot opened much stronger. The clear takeaway? Studios are struggling to draw broad audiences. Adult prestige films like One Battle After Another are thriving with critical buzz, while family films are either big hits or miss badly if they skew too niche. Next weekend could be big. A24's The Smashing Machine starring Dwayne Johnson opens, already generating Oscar buzz. Daniel Day-Lewis returns in Anemone, directed by his son, Ronan Day-Lewis, premiering at the New York Film Festival. So that's your weekend box office recap. Paul Thomas Anderson finally gets his #1 opener, Gabby's Dollhouse underwhelms, and Warner Brothers continues its dominant year. What did you see this weekend? Do you think One Battle After Another can hold on to the top spot until Tron Ares? Let us know in the comments. And as always, hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss next week's breakdown.